Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be how you know you've been through too much. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, this video is gonna be based upon on how you know you've been through too much. Yes, sir. Now let me go ahead and say this, y'all. Us as chosen ones, we get the hardest battles, right? We one of God's strongest soldiers. We get the hardest battles and we go through so much to where we forget or don't realize that we've been through too much. Yes, sir. Let me say it once again, y'all. We go through so much to where we forget or we don't realize that we have been through too much. All right? There's a big difference, y'all. And so whether that's betrayal, and that came from a friendship, a relationship, a marriage, whoever, y'all, that breakup, yeah, that divorce, okay, somebody who lied on you or lied to you, whatever the case was, y'all, you've been through too much of that, all right? And so little do you know, y'all, it's actually not healthy. And so we got to identify the things we've been through. Yes, sir, and understand the signs of how we know we've been through it. All right. But with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into this video. But before we do so, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. And not only that, y'all, I'm going to need y'all to drop in the comments and say I'm a warrior. Yes, sir. Drop in the comments and say I'm a warrior. All right. And so with that being said, y'all, the first sign of how you know you've been through too much, it's going to be this chosen one. You are numb. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you are numb, okay? Whether you know this or whether you don't know it, whether you can feel it or whether you can't feel it, I need you to understand something. You are numb, all right? You probably was in a relationship and they burned you. And they ain't talking about gonorrhea, y'all. No, I ain't talking about chlamydia. What I'm talking about is they burnt the bridge with you. Yes, sir. They burnt that trust with you. Yes, sir. And see, they burnt, that opportunity that they had with you because you was a real person. You genuine, you authentic. You was a real person. But see, they burnt that from you, right? And so a lot of times, y'all, when we go through these situations, we begin to become numb. We don't feel it, right? It's just like a warrior or a soldier who go off to Afghanistan or the Israelis or whoever, they go to war and they see their friend get their head blown off. And they see that about 2, 3, 4, 5 more times, they become numb to that type of stuff, right? And so how can you expect for them to, cry, oh man, my friend died, when he just lost 10 of them, right? He just lost 10 of them. Okay, but I equivocate that back to this. Once again, y'all, when you are numb, you're not able to feel the average things that average people feel. When you are numb, you don't feel, or you can't even fathom, right? To understand what certain people are going through because you done been hurt so bad, right? You done been going through so many things. You done been through so much to where you are numb to the BS. You are numb to people's feelings. You are numb, right? But see, in order for us to get to the next level, y'all, we're going to have to identify and start the healing process. Yes, sir. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm healing. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments and say, I'm healing. See, I understand, y'all, right? I understand. See, you got to look at it like this as well, too. Whenever you go to the dentist and you get that shot in the back of your mouth, you know how it go, y'all, when they doing that surgery on your teeth, they cleaning your teeth, whatever the case is, y'all. And when they do that, they tell you, hey, make sure you don't, start eating. They give you like a time frame when you can start back eating. Well, the point is that if you eat on that numb, that numb mouth, you can harm some other things. Maybe your jaw, right? Your tooth, your tongue. Because you don't feel everything. And see, with you being numb to a lot of things, sometimes you can harm others. And see, as a chosen one, since we are God's strongest soldier, okay? Somebody drop in the comments and say God's strongest soldier. Since we are God's strongest soldier, a lot of times we expect for people to be able to withhold the things that we done been through. But see, everybody is not built like you. See, you numb to the BS. You numb to the hurt. You numb to the betrayal, right? You at a point of where, man, look, I done been through so much to where it don't even bother me. But guess what? It bothers them. Your friends, your family, right? The people who you're close to, that relationship, whatever the case is, y'all. And so in order for you to elevate, you're going to have to identify that and start that healing process. Because right now you numb. You numb to a lot of things that you should have some type of sensitivity to, right? Some type of sensitivity, okay? But with that being said, y'all, sticking to the case in point, you are numb to the BS, all right? You have a lot of war wounds, and you being numb is one of the war wounds, okay? And so with that being said, y'all go ahead and drop in the comments if that resonated with you and say, I am a warrior. Yes, sir. Drop in the comments and say I'm a warrior, y'all. And so we're going to get to the second sign of how you know you've been through too much. It's going to be the chosen ones. Trust issues, all right? Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you have a lot of trust issues, okay? And so trust issues, you don't just wake up and get trust issues, right? You don't just wake up and say, I don't want to trust you anymore. I don't trust you neither, okay? And little do we know, y'all, even though we may have trust issues as a people, as chosen ones, we still trust certain individuals, right? Whether that's mom, your best homeboy, somebody who you still trust, or it may even be McDonald's. Don't laugh. The reason why I say you trust McDonald's or whatever restaurant you go to, because you ain't checking your food to see if they spit in it. Soon as you get your McDonald's burger, or as soon as you get your whatever, what you do? You go ahead and bite it. You eat it. Why? Because although you have trust issues, you trust them for who they've shown you to be. You believe, or you have a firm feeling that they ain't gonna do nothing to my food, right? Well, Reno, what they got to do with anything? Well, if you got trust issues with other people, you want to go ahead and start alleviating that, because guess what? If you trust McDonald's and you don't trust this particular person, well, guess what? Somebody got some off balance going on, right? And so I'm not saying don't be aware. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying do not be aware and trust every and anybody. No, but what I'm saying is that you don't want to be jaded, right? You don't want to be jaded, y'all. Trust issues is a real thing. Y'all, I was 15 years old when I was going with this girl, right? And how all of us do, we fall in love with a person. We young, falling in love, right? I fell in love with her, y'all. My first girl I ever fell in love with. And my mom was putting bugs in my ear like, hey, she probably not who you think she is, Lil Wayne, okay? And so if y'all wondering, Lil Wayne, that's me. My dad is named Big Wayne, right? My biological father. And so I'm a junior, so they call me Lil Wayne. Anyway, my mom was like, she probably is not who you think she is, Lil Wayne, okay? And so I'm just, how any teenage boy is like, no, mama, that ain't what it is. Well, long story short, it was exactly what it was, right? I mean, she was doing all type of sneaky, conniving things behind my back, okay? Especially 15 years old, y'all, and I'll be transparent with y'all. First time, y'all, I got chlamydia. I was 15 years old when she gave me, the STD. The only STD, by the way, y'all. However, at that point, I had developed some trust issues, right? Whether it was trusting her or the next woman. But one thing I realized was you don't want to be jaded, right? And if you can trust a restaurant, if you can trust, somebody to do this or do that, then you can make yourself vulnerable enough, okay, to learn how to trust again. I'm not saying don't be aware, and I'm not saying trust any and everybody. That's not what I'm saying. I repeat, family. But what I'm saying is this right here. A clear indication that you have been through too much is that you have trust issues. Because what happened when you find the right person for you? What happened when you get the right job? What happened when, you get the right person? I'm not just only talking about relationships, but the right person in your life, whether they're playing a mentor role, a friendship role. If you don't trust them, you can mess up a whole lot of things. You can mess up a whole lot of things. For my business owners, whenever you're trying to get to the next level, you're going to have to hire somebody and do what? Trust them. All right? And so that's a part of the healing process, y'all. Learning how to trust again. Okay? But that's a clear indication that you've been through too much. You have trust issues. People done did you wrong, did you dirty, right? All type of things, y'all. Did you wrong and did you dirty, betrayed you, lied on you, lied to you, all type of things, y'all. But with that being said, sticking to the case in point, trust issues is a clear indication that you have been through too much, all right? Once again, y'all drop in the comments and say, I am a warrior. Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to get to the third sign of how you know you've been through too much. It's going to be the chosen ones. Lack of patience, all right? Let me say it once again, y'all, louder for the chosen ones in the back. You have a lack of patience, all right? So for you, you don't mind being patient for something that you want, but you have a lack of patience when you feel like somebody on that BS again. You want to play games with my phone? Or you want to play games? I see what you're doing. You trying to play mind games. You don't got no patience. And that is okay. But once again, what happens when you find the right person? Or when the right person finds you? What happens when you find the right person or when the right person finds you? The right job, right? Or the right job found you, whatever the case is, y'all. But that's the thing. You have to have patience at all times, y'all. You have to have patience. You never know who is who. You never know what is what, right? You just never know who you're going to need in this world. So you want to have patience. However, when you've been cheated on 10 times, you tend not to have the same patience to wait for it again, right? When a person have, lied to you for the 100th time, you tend not to have patience for them to lie to you again, okay? I mean, it's like if a bully catch you after school, all right, and every day he punch you on the back of the head. Every day he punches you on the back of the head, right? Well, at some point, you're going to lose the patience on waiting for him to come hit you, and you just going to either haul off and hit him, or you're going to do your rounds. What are you saying? You have patience for certain things that you want, and for the other things you don't want, you don't have patience for. You don't got time for the BS. You don't have time for it, y'all. So understand what I'm saying. You have a lack of patience, right? But that's because you've been through too much. And again, y'all, if we're going to elevate, we have to understand that in order to get to the next level, we're going to have to rebuild our patience back again, right? Because it's going to have to be somebody that you got to be patient with. A kid will do it for you, right? A kid will do it for you. No, I don't have my own kids yet, y'all, but I'm telling you, whenever I have a child, I'm sure it's going to raise up my patience, because that's your seed, right? That's your seed. That's your one. What do y'all always say, y'all? That's your big one, okay? Understand something, y'all. You got to have patience. When you're talking about living in this world, building things and, conjoining with people, other human beings. You have to have patience. But a clear indication that you've been through too much, you don't got patience for it no more. You just don't got patience, all right? And so that's a big one, y'all. Moving on to the next one, number 4. So the fourth sign that you have been through too much, it's going to be the chosen ones. You suffer from trauma. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you suffer from trauma. So, Rena, what do you mean by that? Let's just say you take this young lady, this young girl, and she got molested. She was raped, okay? Abused mentally, emotionally. She was raped, abused. You don't think that's going to travel over to her adult life, right? I'm not saying it's wrong or right, but some things truly stick with us. Some things you will never forget, right? I feel like a gift and a curse is a memory. Yeah, a gift and a curse is a memory, because it's good when you have a great memory or when you have a good memory, but it's bad when you have a bad memory. Make sense, y'all? And so a lot of times we take that old trauma to the new environment, to the new relationship, or to the new person, or to the new job, whatever the case is. And it fails us because we're taking old ways to new environments or to new places, right? So I need y'all to understand something. When it comes to you suffering from trauma, and that trauma has stemmed from a childhood place or from you in childhood, and now you are in adulthood, in the adult phase of your life, it has pretty much scarred you. That's one of your war wounds, period, right? And that's a clear indication that you've been through too much, right? I know y'all probably see some people, you're like, man, what y'all got to worry about, right? We see them all the time, you know what I'm saying? We see them all the time, but with that being said, though, you got to think about it. Like, everybody haven't been through what you've been through. Everybody haven't, seen the test of time the way that you've seen it, right? They haven't seen it. And so what I want you to realize is, if you're suffering from trauma, that's a clear indication that you've been through too much. Everybody won't be able to bear, okay, what you've been through, right? And once again, y'all know the famous quote in the scripture. It says, God won't put no more on you than you can bear, right? But guess what? You can bear a whole lot more than everyone else. And that's why you're still suffering with this trauma. But today, this is where we find healing. This is where we find therapy. And this is where we get to the next level, y'all, so we can elevate and become a better person. All right? So we're going to go ahead and kill that trauma. Yes, sir. We're going to go ahead and alleviate it. And it don't leave the next day. It don't leave the same day, y'all. This is time. This can take months, years to get over. But see, the first step to resolution is acknowledging and acceptance. And then you can resolve it. All right? And so we're going to get to the last one, y'all, which is number 5. The 5th sign of how you know you've been through too much. It's going to be the chosen ones. You are very conservative. Let me say it louder for the chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you are very, very conservative. So, Reno, what does that mean? Again, y'all, I've been using relationships a lot because this is what makes a person, feel the way that they feel. Or a relationship can connect in so many ways, right? You ever been in a relationship, y'all? And in that relationship, it was just the worst, right? Somebody cheated on you. They lied to you consistently. You gave them your trust, right? You just gave them everything that you had. And it just failed, right? And us as human beings, we can't stand failure anyway, right? We can't stand it. However, in this situation right here, y'all, they let you down, right? They let you down. However, you get in a whole nother situation where now you're going to be a little bit more conservative because you don't want to go through that same thing again. You're going to be a little bit more conservative because you don't want to put yourself in a vulnerable position. And honestly, that's wisdom, right? That's wisdom. But see, it's going to come a point in your life to where you're going to have to be a bit more vulnerable. You're going to have to be a bit more open. You're going to have to put yourself in position so a person can reach you on an intimate level, right? So what I'm saying is, y'all, is this right here. That's a clear indication that you have been through too much. You are not conservative. It has changed and shifted, right, the way you interact with people. Now you are conservative. Y'all, I'll tell you this. I'm the same way, honestly. I am a bit conservative, right? And it's something that I feel works for me, but it also can work against me. And the reason why it can is because, the reason why it worked for me is because I alleviate hurt, pain, betrayal off the rip, right? I'm conservative. I don't give you too much. I'm going to reciprocate your energy. I don't give you too much of me. However, it can work against me because what if I'm blocking my own blessing? You see how that works? What if I'm getting in my own way because I'm conservative? They're not going to hurt me again. Never again. Right? What if I put myself in that position? Well, I lost out on a blessing. I lost out on something. And so again, I'm not saying, put yourself in an open position. Anybody can have my heart. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, y'all, is this right here. With you being conservative, that is a clear indication that you have been through too much. But once again, y'all, in order for us to elevate, we're going to have to learn how to be a bit more vulnerable with the right people at the right time. And that is going to take discernment, all right? And understanding the art of timing, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and do a recap and then we'll conclude the video. So again, y'all, how you know you've been through too much is number one, you are numb. Number two, you have trust issues. Number three, lack of patience. Number four, you suffer from trauma. And number five, you are conservative. Okay? And so with that being said, y'all understand something. You have been through too much. You got war wounds. Yes, sir. And you are God's warrior. All right? And so we're going to go ahead and conclude this video, y'all. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all check out any one of the links in my description. Check out any one of my books. That's 8 Steps to Self-Publishing, a Successful Book, Rich Mentality, Traumatized by Love, as well as Fairly Unequal. Also, be sure to check out any one of my memberships. That's my YouTube membership as well as my Patreon. And don't forget, family, be sure to enroll into my social influence course where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author so you can leverage your expertise. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments, social influence. If you want to build up your social influence, click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.